1:15 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Romesh Piris and read by Geethanjali Ramanayaka. The headlines. The President assures the visiting UN top official that the government is committed to build unity among the ethnic communities in the country. A 5-judge bench appointed to hear Yugadhanami petitions. The Army-operated expeditious vaccination drive continues across all districts today. Sri Lanka's National Action Plan on Women, Peace and Security aims to respond to the needs and priorities of conflict-affected women. The SLAF, in a joint operation with the police, launches air surveillance to monitor traffic congestion in Colombo. A new Examinations Commissioner General to be appointed. The 42nd National Youth Awards ceremony gets underway at the Nelumpokuna Mahinda Rajapaksa Indoor Theatre today. International news: coal mine accident in Russia kills over 50. Sports, cricket: Pat Cummins confirmed as Australia's new Test captain. Local news in detail. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa assured a visiting UN top official that his government does a lot of work in building unity among the ethnic communities in the country. The President made this statement when the UN Assistant Secretary-General of Political Peacebuilding and Peace Operations, Khaled Kyari, who is currently undertaking a visit to Sri Lanka, called on President Gotabaya Rajapaksa at the Presidential Secretariat. The UN Assistant Secretary-General for Political Peacebuilding and Peace Operations arrived in Sri Lanka as a result of a bilateral meeting between the President and the Secretary-General Antonio Guterres on the sidelines of the 76th session of the United Nations General Assembly in September. Mr. Kyari, conveying best wishes of Secretary-General Antonio Guterres to the President, said the United Nations has always worked closely with Sri Lanka and looks forward to working with Sri Lanka with a special long-term relationship. The Chief Justice has appointed a 5-member judge bench of the Supreme Court to hear the fundamental rights petition filed against the Yugadhanami power plant deal. Hearing of the petitions is expected to begin on the 29th of November. Relevant petitions were called before Supreme Court judges Murdu Fernando, Gamini Amarasekara, Arjuna Obesekara this morning. The bench consists of Chief Justice Jayantha Jayasuriya and Supreme Court judges Buwaneka Aluvihare, Priyantha Jayawardena, Vijit Malalgoda and LTB Dehideniya. The FR petitions were put forward by the Archbishop of Colombo, Buddhist clergy, Samagi Jana Balawegaya and former parliamentarians of the JVP. The petitioners have challenged the decision taken by the Cabinet of Ministers to transfer shares in West Coast Power Limited to the US-based New Fortress Energy. According to the Epidemiology Unit, 25,159 individuals were administered vaccine doses against the coronavirus yesterday. 14,145,647 individuals have been fully vaccinated in Sri Lanka, while a total of 30,066,329 vaccine doses have been administered in the country. So far, the total of 15,918,179 people have received a first dose of COVID-19 vaccine and 13,723,234 have received the second dose. In addition, 398,013 have received the third dose. Meanwhile, the Health Ministry says 714 new COVID-19 cases were reported so far on Thursday. Accordingly, a total of 560,345 COVID-19 cases have been reported since the beginning of the pandemic. 17,713 infected patients are currently under medical care at hospitals and homes, and 528,400 patients have fully recovered and been discharged from hospitals. A latest report confirmed 27 deaths yesterday, raising the overall death toll to 14,232. On another note, scientists in South Africa are studying a recently identified new coronavirus variant of concern, stoking fears the country may face a potentially severe fourth wave that could spread internationally. The new discovery, called B11529, carries an unusually large number of mutations and is unique from previous incarnations. Sri Lanka's National Action Plan on Women, Peace and Security aims to respond to the needs and priorities of conflict-affected women. It stresses on the importance of women's equal participation in maintaining peace and security and intends to address structural inequalities that impede gender equality in the country. Currently, the action plan is undergoing multi-stakeholder validations, including from the G7+ working group co-convened by UN Women as part of the Japan-funded project on implementing the Women, Peace and Security Agenda in Sri Lanka. The project is implemented in collaboration with the State Ministry of Women and Child Development, Preschool and Primary Education, School Infrastructure and Education Services. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The Sri Lanka Air Force has deployed a Bell 212 aircraft and drones to monitor traffic congestion in Colombo in a joint operation with the Sri Lanka Police. Air Force spokesman Dushan Vijayasinghe said it was observed that heavy traffic congestion was reported in Colombo after the travel restrictions in the island were lifted due to the COVID-19 epidemic. Furthermore, he said that President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has directed to monitor the situation and to take appropriate action to reduce the traffic congestion in Colombo and its suburbs. Accordingly, a surveillance operation was carried out near the Lotus Roundabout, Ayurveda Roundabout, Diyatha Uyana, Panchikawatha, New Kalani Bridge and near the Parliament using drones. The Education Ministry announced that a new Commissioner General will be appointed to the Department of Examinations. Accordingly, the Additional Secretary of School Affairs, LMD Dharmasena, is scheduled to take office as the new examinations head. The appointment will follow the retirement of current Examinations Commissioner General B. Sanath Pujitha, who has been serving in the post since 2017. The head of the National Operations Centre for the Prevention of COVID-19 Outbreak, Army Commander General Shavendra Silva, says there is a need for contingency plans during the festive season. The Army Chief noted that COVID numbers are increasing by the week. The Army Commander noted that around 700 positive cases and 20 to 30 deaths are reported per day. General Shavendra Silva also observed that there are still certain percentages of adults above 60 years who have not received the first dose of the vaccine. The Army Commander stressed that as the festive season is forthcoming, the health authorities are compelled to be ready with contingency plans in the event of any sudden surge of new cases, for which the public have to hold responsibility and take necessary precautionary measures in advance. The Sri Lanka Navy made arrangements to provide safe passenger transport services at the Kurinjankerni Bridge until the construction of the Kurinjankerni Bridge in Kinnia, Trincomalee is completed. The residents in the area will be able to use this mode of transportation almost immediately. Following the directives of the Commander of the Navy, Vice Admiral Nishantha Ulugitana, this initiative was set in motion, taking into account the difficulties faced by the residents and school children crossing the lagoon on a daily basis due to the construction of the Kurinjankerni Bridge. Accordingly, the Navy deployed a lagoon craft capable of carrying 25 passengers safely at a time under the supervision of the Eastern Naval Command. And that ends local news for now.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Vidya Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
The 42nd National Youth Awards, jointly organized by the Youth and Sports Ministry and the National Youth Services Council, will be held today under the patronage of Minister Namal Rajapaksa at the Nelumpokuna Mahinda Rajapaksa Indoor Theatre. Short and long dramas with the participation of over 130 young artists and 45 categories in both Sinhala and Tamil mediums will be presented with awards for their aesthetic skills. In addition to the Youth Awards, the NYSC will also present certificates and cash prizes to the winners. The Youth Film Awards Festival, organized for the 9th time, assessing the works of upcoming cinematographers island-wide, has also been included in this awards ceremony. And that was our main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya. Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
Watch Life is brought to you by
Tertiary and Vocational Education Commission.
The University Grants Commission says that university registrations for 2020 GCE advanced level students who have qualified for entry will commence today and continue until December 5th, 2021. The results of the 2020 GCE advanced level examinations were released on May 4th, while the minimum Z scores required for the university admission for the academic year 2020-2021 based on those results were released on October 29th. And that was Watchlight.
Please be aware on institutes, registration and accreditation when you are selecting vocational courses which leads to achieve your future career goals. Do not waste your valuable time and money. Confirm institutes, registration and accreditation by TVEC. For more information, visit nearest district divisional secretariat offices and meet career guidance practitioners or skill development officers. Message from Tertiary and Vocational Education Commission.
Coming up, World News.
In the headlines, coal mine accident in Russia kills over 50. The UK Prime Minister calls on France to take back people who crossed the channel to the UK. The grand opening for Luxor's Avenue of the Spinsters. World News in detail. Russian media are reporting that the death toll from an accident in a Siberian coal mine has risen to at least 52. Authorities believe a gas explosion likely occurred. The accident happened in the Kemerovo region on Thursday. Local authorities say 285 workers were in the mine at the time. More than 200 managed to escape. Media reports say 6 rescue workers are among the victims. About 40 people had been trapped in the mine, but local news agencies said there was no chance of finding any survivors. President Vladimir Putin ordered the government to offer all necessary assistance to those injured. The UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson has called on France to agree to take back people who crossed the English Channel to the UK. The Prime Minister said he had written to French President Emmanuel Macron, setting out 5 steps to move further and faster to avoid a repeat of Wednesday's tragedy where 27 people died. Wednesday's incident marked the biggest loss of life by drowning in the English Channel on record and included 17 men, 7 women and 3 children. Pharaonic chariots and hundreds of performers featured in a lavish ceremony to mark the opening to the public of the 3,000-year-old Avenue Sphinxes in Luxor, Egypt. It's taken decades to excavate ancient walkway, which is nearly 3 kilometers long and connects 2 of the city's greatest temples. The ceremony incorporated elements of the ancient festival, which traveled the route each year. Egypt hopes the event will boost its ailing tourism sector, battered by political turmoil and the pandemic. Back to the headlines of the world news. Coal mine accident in Russia kills over 50. The UK Prime Minister calls on France to take back people who cross the channel to the UK. The grand opening for Luxhole Avenue of the Sphinxers. And with that, we end World News.
Development News is brought to you by Let's take coal out of the coconut tree and make the island thriving and prosperous. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928.
In development news, the new apron area and taxiways at Bandar Naik International Airport under the Package B was declared open recently. This increases the total capacity of the airport to 48 parking stands, allowing considerably more aircrafts to be served at the apron area. Furthermore, the completion of the project will see the number of check-in counters increase to 149, while the immigration windows will be increased to 83 from the current 27. The airbase entrance too will increase from 4 to 10. Under Package A, construction of a new passenger terminal building commenced in December 2020 and the project is expected to be completed by 2023. The new terminal building will be able to handle 9 million passengers per annum and it will increase the total capacity of BIA to 15 million per annum, making Sri Lanka one of the most important aviation hubs in Asia. And that was Development News.
Development News was brought to you by the coconut tree is well grown in almost all the parts of the island. It is an exceptional source of extra income. The shell, the husk and almost all the parts of the coconut tree makes you money, providing you with an excellent extra source of income. It will also help to nourish the economy of the country. You will be guided with all necessary informations regarding the coconut cultivation with the novel cultivation techniques and all other related and upgraded informations by the Coconut Research Institute, Lunavilla. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928.
Moving on with sports news.
Cricket news, all-rounder Pat Cummins has been named as Australia's new men's test captain on the day it appeared that Tim Paine's international career may have come to an end. Stephen Smith has returned to his first official leadership role with the national side since the ball tampering scandal by taking the vice-captaincy position. Cummins is currently part of Australia's T20 World Cup and Australia A contingent still in quarantine on the Gold Coast. The Ashes series is scheduled to get underway at the Gabba on December 8th. And that was sports news.
Cash through NSB globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to September 30th, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency through NSB U-Trust for 6 months consecutively. Send more money and increase the chances of winning.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The Hambantota International Port Group signed an agreement with INSEE Cement, the leading cement manufacturing company in Sri Lanka, to ensure the efficient transfer of raw materials to their factory in Galle via the Hambantota port. The agreement with INSEE is a stepping stone for the port. HIP is fast positioning itself as a fully functional multi-purpose port with continuous training and testing of its systems for optimum efficiency, which is part of the DNA of all China merchant port operations across the globe. And that was Business News.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Cash through NSB globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners.
Economic news, courtesy of...
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
The United States Agency for International Development announced a grant of $19 million for a 5-year renewable energy program. Once finalized, this grant will support the government of Sri Lanka's vision to increase the generation of renewable energy to 70% by the year 2030 and will contribute to the transformation of Sri Lanka's power sector into a market-based, secure, dependable and long-term system. Further, the initiative will work to safely and reliably deliver affordable electricity to all citizens to help power a competitive 21st century economy in Sri Lanka. The USAID program in Sri Lanka, totaling more than 350 billion rupees since 1961, promotes a healthy, educated and an employed population. And that was economic news.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Weather report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, brings Nanasa app, a trilingual educational mobile app for online learning with video-based lessons from grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with the Nanasa app. No subscription fees. Download via Google Play Store, App Store, Huawei Store or Windows. Dialogue, the future today.
The Department of Meteorology forecast low-pressure area which prevailed over the southwest Bay of Bengal still persists to the east of Sri Lanka. Cloudy skies can be expected over the island and the misty conditions will prevail over the central hilly area, particularly during the morning. Showers or thundershowers will occur at times in most parts of the island. Heavy showers above 100 millimeters can be expected at some places in the northern, north-central, western, Sabaragamuwa, central and Uva provinces and in the Putlam, Batticaloa and Trincomalee districts. Fairly heavy showers above 75 millimeters can be expected at some places elsewhere. The general public is urged to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by temporarily localized strong winds and lightning during thunder showers. And that was the weather report.
Weather report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, brings Nanasa app, a trilingual educational mobile app for online learning with video-based lessons from grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with the Nanasa app. No subscription fees. Download via Google Play Store, App Store, Huawei Store or Windows. Dialogue, the future today.
To end this news broadcast, back to the headlines. The President assures the visiting UN top official that the government is committed to build unity among the ethnic communities in the country. A 5-judge bench appointed to hear Yugadanavi petitions. The Army-operated expeditious vaccination drive continues across all districts today. Sri Lanka's National Action Plan on Women, Peace and Security aims to respond to the needs and priorities of conflict-affected women. The SLAF, in a joint operation with the police, launches air surveillance to monitor traffic congestion in Colombo. A new Examinations Commissioner General to be appointed. The 42nd National Youth Awards ceremony gets underway at the Nelumpokuna Mahinda Rajapaksa Indoor Theatre today. International news, coal mine accident in Russia kills over 50. Sports cricket, Pat Cummins confirmed as Australia's new Test captain. And with that, we end this news broadcast.